Almost set up. Better. Okay, welcome in, y'all. Set that out of the way. My name is Jeremy. Welcome into class. As the title suggests, we're going to get into some hip openers. We're going to work into some calf stretches and also some core strengthening. So we're going to hit front and back of the core. Again, core just isn't six pack, right? We got the whole trunk. So we're going to hit that, hit the hips, and yeah, just going to do the damn thing. You don't need any specific props. If you have really tight calves or really tight hamstrings, I would suggest grabbing a blanket or a block, something that you can prop up with anytime you feel any tension through your knees. If your legs are bent, you can take your blanket or something underneath your knee so that when you begin to bend your leg, there's not as much tension there, right? There's not as much close connection, and it won't be as intense on your knees. So blanket, block, something that you can take in your knees. Anytime you come to a seat, you can take a block underneath your legs. Again, you're going to prop yourself up. You're not going to be as closed in on your legs, so less tension on your knees. And any of that tension from your hamstrings is going to translate to your knees, also up to your hips. We're going to hit all of it. Don't worry. So find your setup. We're going to start on your backs, and we still have a couple minutes before we fully begin, but we're going to be on your backs. If you want to start there, go ahead and get there, and we'll start here in a few minutes. Y'all, if you're just joining in, welcome. We're gonna hit hip opening. We're gonna stretch out your calves. We're also gonna work on the core strength. Start on your backs. And you don't need any props unless you want to separate your legs a little bit more so that there's less tension on your knees. We can get to that when we get to that though. So on your backs to start. I'm lying down. We're already opening up your thighs. We're gonna start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So once you're laying on your back, bend your knees, bring in your heels, and then let the soles of your feet touch. So the sides of your feet, the ninth edge, is going to be laying on the ground, and then let your knees fall out wide. If you have a lot of sensation on your inner thighs already, take something to prop up your outer leg. So maybe a block, or if there's no props available, instead, move your feet further away from your body. So it's going to make, again, a less tight bend in your legs, and there's going to be some space to open up in your low back and in your hips. Let yourself become supported in this shape. Arms out to the side, let them fall, become relaxed. For 5 rounds of breath, just take in your space. Now start to deepen your breath. Take longer inhale. Begin to focus more on your breath. Exhale out. 3 more times in. Exhale out. It doesn't matter which kind, just 2 more in. Breathe out. 1 more time, make some noise. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you haven't already, seal your lips. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale through your nose. You can use your Ujjayi breath for the rest of class. Apply the breath to the intensity that you feel through the shapes that we take. Reach your hands down, grab the outside of your legs, and gently close them in together. Move props if you have them out to the side. And then hug your knees into your chest. Take your hands onto the top of your knees like you're grabbing onto cantaloupes. And then begin to draw circles with your knees. You've got a tight grip with your hands. So let yourself get a little tension when you bring your knees towards the end of your mat. So a little resistance through your arms as you drive your knees forward. 1 more full round. And then reverse your circles. Take them forward out first. The outside and then in. Just for 3. Pressure, drive your knees forward towards the edge of your space. For 2. Last 1. You're going to take your left foot flat to the floor. Keep a bend in your leg. Half happy baby on the right. Grab the outside of your right foot. If this is enough, stay. If you want further, stretch your left leg out straight. 3 rounds of breath. When you're attempting to pull your right knee a little closer towards your right hip, but at the same time, you're driving your right heel up, so creating a little lift and a little pull down towards the ground. So find a happy spot between those 2. And then take that same depth of breath, your strong Ujjayi breathing, to make a little space, or at least be aware of the space that you have or don't have. Push your right leg, hug your left knee in, take your right foot flat to the ground, half happy baby on the left. Kick your left heel up, pull your left knee down. Option to extend your right leg out straight. Now again, one side may cause your hip to lift, so check in with your right hip here. Is it lifted off the ground? Can you rotate it down to the ground? Drive your right calf flat onto the mat, so drive the back of your knee into the ground so that you have some resistance there, some stability. Then begin to add pressure to your left side. More full breath. Release the bend. Hug both knees back into your chest. Start to rock and roll up the length of your mat. A couple times if it feels okay. And eventually all the way up to tabletop. Roll over your legs or you can swing them to the side. Alright, freestyle some cat-cows, y'all. So knees under your hips, wrist under your shoulders. Pull your belly forward on an inhale, so keep it drawn in tight first. Inhale, pull it forward. So you're feeling resistance. Point your tailbone up, pull your chest through your arms. And exhale, tuck your tailbone first, then round your spine. Keep pressing the ground away. Try to touch your tailbone towards your face. And again, it's your freestyle, so you can move left and right. Get a little more extension, make it more of a wave or a circle. Make 3 more rounds of breath. Just make sure whatever you're doing that you've evened it out to either side so it feels just as good on either. Alright, come back in through to tabletop. Alright, from here we're going to take this into a balancing tabletop. Before we do that, take your right leg out straight behind you. So this is like a plank tabletop hybrid. First, stack your right heel on top of your right toes. So there's a nice strong stack, like your foot's pressed up flat against the wall. Then, with the pressure of your hands, drive your heel towards the back of your mat. So now it's past your heel, past your ball of your foot. And then come forward, and then press back. Then press your back. Should feel a little bit of stretch through your calf. If it's not feeling a stretch, press a little bit further through your hands. Maybe stay a little bit longer. One more full round of breath. Come forward. Keep your right foot extended back behind you. Just lift it off the ground. Now you've got a half balancing tabletop. From there, walk your left hand forward and extend it out in front of you. Full balancing tabletop. Any of the ways that we set up to get here, you can stop before we get there. Find something that feels sustainable. Take a breath in, lengthen forward. Then on your exhale, pull your elbow in towards your knee. Just like cat pose, round your spine. Press the ground away. You're still extending through your right shoulder. Inhale, extend back out, balancing table. Exhale, squeeze round in. 2 more times in. And out. And in. And out. All right, inhale, extend your right leg out. Left hand to the ground. Different. Swing your right foot out towards the right side of your mat. So the inside arch of your foot is in line with your left knee. Go from there, come up in through to center. You can take your hands on your hip for a moment. So feel this opening through your right inner thigh. Ensure here that your left hip is still stacked on top of your left knee. We're going to take this into a gate pose. Take your right hand to your right leg, reach up and over towards the right. A little ski butt. It wasn't a rolling blackout, but just was on the screen. It was the skis coming to visit. Inhale back up through to center. Both hands down to the ground. Swing your right leg out back behind you one more time. Swing it over towards the left this time. So still engaged through your right leg. Look at your right toes. And then press your hips to the right. Keep pressing through your right heel. And you still got a lot of extension there. Come back in through to center. Tabletop. Then a full round of cat-cow. Inhale, pull your belly forward. Exhale, press and round. And then tabletop. And we're taking the other side. The left leg out straight behind you. Flex your toes. Rather, you get it nice and flat first. Heel stacked right on top of the ball of your foot. Take a breath in. Then exhale, press into your hands. Start to let your heel get closer towards the mat. If it feels good, you can stay here, or you can start your pulses. Shift forward, shift back. For 3, 2. Last one. May want to hold it there for a second. When you're ready, shift forward. Then lift your left leg off the ground. Squeeze your glute. Flex your toes down. Then right hand forward, balancing tabletop. Take a big breath in. Exhale, squeeze and round. Elbow to knee, again, press the ground. Extend through your left shoulders. For you, Victoria, inhale, extend back out. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale, last time through. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, reach out. Right hand to the ground. Left leg stays lifted. Swing it out towards the left like an awkward airplane. Again, arch of your foot in line with your right knee. Then walk your hands back. Gate pose. Left hand to your left leg. Reach up and over with your right hand. Again, keep pressing down through your right knee, through the top of your right foot even. So your entire leg is open. Rotate your chest back, your right shoulder back. And reach up and over towards the left. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, both hands down, tabletop. Left leg out straight one more time. Swing it over to the right side. You can look at your foot. Press through your heel, press through your hand. So find this resistance. Breathe into your left side body, your left obliques. That's a good one. All right, shift forward, back to tabletop, a round of cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come back in through the tabletop. Walk your knees a little bit further back. And then stack your hips on top of your knees. Puppy pose. Walk your hands forward. Now, before you let your chest get to the ground, I want you to pressurize through your hands. So again, your shoulders are already activated. Take your gaze down towards your mat, and then press your chest towards the ground. So again, your hips aren't getting close to your heels. Your hips are going up. They're staying stacked on top of your knees. Your chest and your forehead are getting close to the ground. Your arms are still powerful into the mat, as if you have this really deep, low down dog. Two more breaths. Your head can touch the ground if it does. It's all right. Shift forward and walk your hands back, tabletop. Tuck your toes, press your hips up and back for a down dog. About 3 rounds of breath. Just get familiar with this shape, with all of the openness that you just created, all the activation that you just had. And then bend your knees, walk your hands to the back of your mat. All right, before we go any further, I want you to shift your weight into your left foot. Swing your right foot around and behind, and then on the outside of your left foot. So your right pinky toe touches your left pinky toe. From there, walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Press your hips to the left. There's another good one. Let your forehead, the top of your head, come closer towards the ground. Maybe give it a shake. Where's your breath? Back through to center. And from there, take it into a half splits or a standing L. Kick your right heel up, squeeze your glute. Now press through your left leg, walk your hands forward like a halfway lift. You're going to make almost like a T shape. Breathe in. Exhale, fold, and then other side. Shift your weight into your left or your right foot. Swing your left foot to the outside of your right. Pinky toe to pinky toe. And then walk your hands to the left. Press your hips to the right. Now notice the depth of your breath here. Let that depth of breath stretch out your side body, your IT band, maybe all the way down to your calf, maybe just in your hamstring. Wherever you're feeling sensation, breathe into that. Come back in through the center, and then into your standing L. Kick your left heel up, straight up. Again, heel in line with your glute. Walk your hands forward, halfway lift with your chest. And keep pressing through your right foot. You're activating to lift, not dumping into your hip. One more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hands flat on the ground. Walk into the top of your mat. Downward facing dog. All right, now we got a little more openness. Check in with your down dog here. Try bending your knees, pressing your hips up high to the ceiling. With that bend still in your knees, begin to let your heels drop closer towards the ground by straightening your legs. So again, you may not get completely straight legs, there may still be a bend, but get a calf stretch by pressing more into your hands. Letting your heels get as close as they can to the ground. Try lifting all 10 toes off the mat. Can you let your heels get a little closer to the mat now? Now let all 10 toes relax back down. 2 rounds of breath. Alright, look forward, take a breath in, bend your knees a lot. Your exhale, travel forward. Take your journey, slow, fast, wild, controlled, whatever. All the way to the front, top of your mat, bend your knees, grab for opposite elbows, ragdoll pose. Alright, so just a little bit in those first few minutes, how is it feeling compared to how you started? I want you to ask yourself how you want to feel by the end of class, and let that answer be answered by you, even if it's not what I offer you. Even if I take a journey through class and you decide some other journey seems more fitting, take that, make it yours. Release your arms down, bend your legs, slowly unravel up to standing. Take it slow. Again, your head's been down a while. Let the blood gently release from your head rather than rush. Come up to stand and then mountain pose, hands out and up. Pull your shoulders down. Tuck your tailbone forward. All right, take in a breath. And your exhale, back bend. Squeeze your elbows to your ribs. Now draw your lower ribs down. Matter of fact, keep your elbows slightly bent. Just bring your hands down to your ribs. Are they splayed out? If so, can you draw them down and in? Maybe come up out of the stretch, draw them down and in. Then try to re-extend your arms. Then try to bend your arms. Keep all that activation through your abdominals. Next breath in, reach up to mountain. Exhale, Samastahiti, hands to your heart. Set up for your journey, whatever that entails. Listen to your body and give it exactly what it needs, whether that's more rest, more strengthening. Be open to it. Take a breath in. Open mouth exhale. Breathe in, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. All right, let's get a little more movement, yogis. Inhale, reach up to a mountain pose. Swing your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. You can get that flat spine that you had earlier. Exhale, high plank. We're going to take this hella slow, y'all. So, shift your weight forward. Again, heels stack on top of your toes, and then bring them a little bit further forward so you're on your tiptoes. Shoulders come past your wrist. Keep pressing the ground away. Find this roundness through the middle of your spine. Take a breath, and then exhale, slow and lower. All the way to the mat. Lean your chest forward so that your elbows stay stacked on top of your wrist. Chest touches before your hips. And then we're taking this into cobra pose to start. So we're going to strengthen up your back. Then we're going to take that even further. Press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, cobra. Peel your chest, lift. Now again, that lower rib cage action that we were talking about earlier, draw that down and in here. You're going to hold that down and then try to lift your sternum. So again, lower ribs pull down. Sternum tries to lift by dragging your heart forward, pressing through your feet, but slightly using your hands to pull your chest a little further forward. Breathe in. Exhale, release a cheek to the ground, arms by your hips. Wiggle them side to side. Full breath. All right, chin back to center. We're going to take that into a rolling cobra pose. So again, using the strength of your back to press the tops of your feet down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in, draw your lower belly in. Lift your chest. Stay for your exhale. Take another breath in. And then exhale, tap your forehead to the ground. Inhale, press into your feet, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep that going in and out. You can lift your hands off the ground. You can lift your feet off the ground. You can reach your hands above your head and then lower. But make these movements yours. Keep them going. Breath to movement. Here for 5, For 4. For 3. Last 2. And last 1. Stay lifted. Lift your hands if they haven't lifted already. Squeeze your shoulders together. Press your feet down more. Find a gentle pulse. Squeeze your shoulders together for 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in. Lift. Exhale, opposite cheek to the ground. Hands by your hips. Wiggle your hips left and right. Woo, buddy. All right. Back to center. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale, press up to a plank. Exhale, down dog. Hips up and back. All right. Check in with that. See how it feels. Write down an inventory, whether that's a good inventory or a little janky. And we'll keep going from here. Take a breath in. Bend your knees. Look forward. Exhale, step or float forward. Top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Again, sweep your hands out and up. Exhale, back bend. Squeeze your elbows. Draw your lower ribs down. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, Samastahiti. Hands to your heart. Bring your energy and focus back to center. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. All right, a little bit differently this time. Shift forward, breathe in. Exhale, slow journey down towards the ground. Chest touches before your hips. Challenge yourself. All right, this time we're going to take it into swimmer. So we're going to get your full back going, building off of what we started in that cobra pose. So press the tops of your feet down onto the ground. Lift your kneecaps, maybe lift your quads. Reach your hands above your head. On an inhale, lift your hands off the ground, lift your feet. On an exhale, feet stay lifted. Pull your elbows towards your ribs. Your palms stay facing the ground. Extend them behind you. Palms stay facing the ground the entire time. Inhale, re-extend your hands in front of you. Exhale, pull your elbows to ribs and then extend your arms back. Keep that going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more times. In and out. In and out. Last 2 on your own pace. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, lower down, opposite cheek to the ground. Arms can lay by your side or by your face. Wiggle your hips left and right. Again, let that tension go. When you're ready to move, chin to center, hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. 1 more like that. In and out. Inhale, bend your knees, prepare. Exhale, step or float forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Last time through, you guys. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, back bend. Squeeze elbows to ribs. Draw ribs down. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, Samastahiti. Hands to your heart. Last time, bring your focus to center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, high plank. All right, last time a little different. We've got a side plank flow. So you've got yourself in a high plank here. Roll onto the outside of your right foot, all of your weight into your right hand. Inhale, lift your left hand up. Exhale, high plank, back to center. Inhale, side plank towards the left. Reach your right hand up. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. 1 more time each side. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, center. Breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. A little different. Bend your elbows, lower halfway down or less. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pause for this first round. Start to pull your chest forward so you stretch out your low back. Keep your gaze forward as well. Rather than looking up to the ceiling, that'll put a crane in your neck. There won't be a crane there, I promise. It'll crane your neck, possibly putting a strain there. Take 1 more breath here. Exhale, down dog. Hips up and back. Whew. Full inhale. Full exhale. We get to move on. Take your right leg high. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your legs, stack your hips. All right, now normally I talk about the chest a lot here. I want you to let that go for a second. Lift your right leg as high as you can, even if your left shoulder dips a little bit. That's okay. Now I want you to try to keep the height of your right knee. Now start to lift your left shoulder in line with your right. Now notice what happened. Did your right knee come with you a little bit? That's the tension that's keeping you from opening here. So I want you to parallel your chest first, wherever your right knee is, then start to pull it higher. Squeeze your heel to glute. Try to open up a little bit more without dipping into your left side. All right, inhale back to 3 leg. Exhale, low lunge, step to hands. Warrior 1. Left heel down. Maybe step your foot up. Reach up. First warrior. Now for your first warrior, normally I also talk about keeping your hips level, which we go for that more like a power stance in your warrior 1, right? Level hips. This one, allow it to get a little bit more open. So we're not going full warrior 2, right? Hips aren't facing towards the left side of your mat. But I want you to get a little more open so that you can drive your left heel down into the ground to get a calf stretch, right? So reach your hands up, keep pressing through your left leg to deepen into your right leg. So even if you get a little more open to the left, that's okay. I want you to feel the stretch in your calf, all right? So you got your warrior 1, just keep your lower ribs knitted down, getting the same activation there, and then reach up. 2 more breaths. Y'all sweating? I'm sweating. Whew, hope you live in this rain too. All right, take one more breath in warrior 1. Exhale, back bend. Elbows to your ribs, lift up your heart. Now can you even press more? Feel the stretch through your left hip flexors. Inhale back to warrior 1. Exhale, low lunge. Step it back to a plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, left leg high, breathe in. Bend your leg and stack your hips. All right, same thing. Keep a little control there, but, let the reins go a little bit. Then, try to keep your knee as high as it is. Try to level your right shoulder with your left. Pull your right shoulder up. Press equally through your hands. Now, can you squeeze your heel to glute? Try to lift your knee as high as it was. Woo! I feel that on the right side. Full round of breath. All right, inhale back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, step it through to hands. Warrior 1. Back heel pivots down, about a 45-degree angle. Press through your left foot to reach up. Virabhadrasana 1. Find your stance, and maybe hip opens up a little bit more, but power through your back foot. Feel the stretch through your calf. If that's not happening, try stepping your left foot a little further forward. Now can you deepen while your knees stay stacked on top of your ankle to get a stretch through your right calf. Press into the pinky side of your foot, that should help. Then re-extend your hands up. Lower rib cage down. Again, take your pinchers of your left hand, try to pinch your rib cage together. Close it up, zip lock it down. And then reach your arms up. 2 more breaths. All right, breathe in. Exhale, back bend. Elbows to ribs, lift up your heart. Try to squeeze your elbows like you can make them touch. Try to connect them, super glue them together. Inhale back to warrior 1. Exhale, low lunge. Let's step it back to high plank. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. You can start to choose when to skip these and when to add on. Make it yours. All right. Let's take this a little bit further, shall we? Take your right leg high. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to your nose. Squeeze it. Now hold here. I want you to bring your right knee like you want to tap it to the ground. Keep squeezing your left glute. Can you stack your left heel on top of your left toes? And then pull your knee up to your chest. And then you're going to lower it back down to the ground. And then squeeze it up. And then let it lower. 2 more times. Draw it up. Let it lower. Draw it up. Let it lower. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. That's hands. Woo. Warrior 1. Pick up where we left off, y'all. So we got your warrior 1. Now begin to shift your weight more into your right foot. And then on an inhale, chair pose. Step your left foot forward, meet your right. Take a breath in. On your exhale, prayer twist towards the right. Left elbow towards your right knee, belly up and in. Press to rotate your core. Draw your belly up and in to kind of resist that, right? And then press your left hip back. Continue making space through your entire torso. All right, big movement here. On an inhale, 1-legged mountain. Left knee comes up with you. Find your stability and stack your ankle right underneath your knee. Tendency is to squeeze it in. Again, that crease there is going to build up tension in your kneecap there. Let it stay stacked under. Oh, I keep saying there. Like an elderly text. Take a breath in. And then exhale, warrior two. So step back into your warrior one footprint, rotate your heel down, and then open up warrior two. Yeah, there we are. We'll make that a little bit smoother here in a minute, but find your strong warrior two. Press your feet apart. Open up your inner thighs. Extend your arms out as well. Chest and hip opening pose here. Squeeze your shoulders together. And your shoulders are the antagonists here. They're going to help you open up your chest. 2 more breaths. All right, on an inhale, star pose. So heels in, toes out. Squeeze your inner thighs together. As if squeezing your inner thighs can help you scoop your hands up higher, lift your chest a little higher. Make this giant X shape. 1 more breath. Exhale into your horse squat, goddess pose. So knees track out the same direction as your toes. You can adjust your stance here. If you have a mirror or something reflective, maybe a television, check in with the stack of your shoulders and your hips. Tendency is to lean forward. I want you to lean back against this supportive, invisible wall. Alright. Now, to get a request for core, so we're going to keep this core business going. Take your hands behind your head. Interlace them behind, interlace your fingers rather behind your head. And take a breath in here. Then on your exhale, oblique dip to the right. So try to touch your right elbow to your right knee. Squeeze your right oblique. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, squeeze towards the left. Touch left elbow to your left knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, squeeze it to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, squeeze to left. 3 more times each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Good. Inhale, back to your star pose. Reach up. Exhale, low lunge to the front of your mat. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right leg high. Bend your legs, stack your hips. Flip your dog, y'all. You get to open up your front line. Again, talking about antagonist, the muscle that helps you open up something else or activate something else. Squeeze your glutes to open up your front line. Drive your hips up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. If you want a vinyasa, this is the time. If you want to skip it, this is the time. Down dog is where we meet. All right, left leg high. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to your nose. Hold. Inhale, lower it down to the ground. Again, hold that there. Stack your heel, right heel on top of your toes. And then exhale, squeeze your knee up to your chest. Keep that going. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower it down. Bring it up, and then inhale, 3-legged dog. Send it high. Exhale, low lunge. Warrior one. Picking up where we left off. Find your strong warrior one. Belly in, shoulders drawn down, rotate your thumbs out. Begin to lean your weight into your left foot, chair pose. Breathe in. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Right elbow to your left knee. Palm to palm, draw your belly up and in. Then press your hips back. Keep pressing through your hands too. This full corkscrew rotation of your chest up towards the left side of your mat. Big movement. Inhale, 1-legged mountain pose. Come to stand. Bring your right knee up with you. Flex your toes. Stack your knee under your ankle. You can take this little pendulum movement first. Where's gravity? Let it stay. Then flex your toes. Solidify it there. Take a breath in. Exhale, step back into your footprint. Warrior two. Rotate your heel down. Open up to the right side. All right. Same amount of time here. Press your feet apart. You don't want to be around each other at the moment. They need their space. Give them space. Power them into space. Squeeze your shoulders. Maybe this time flip your palms up. Can you extend out so much that your chest and your biceps get a stretch? Can you try to squeeze your thumbs together onto your back? Ooh, yes. 2 breaths. All right, inhale, star pose. Heels in and toes out. squeeze thigh to thigh, and make this giant X shape. Reach out, squeeze in. Take a breath. Exhale, horse squat. All right, get a little bit of solace on this one. Take your hands to your thighs. We're gonna take it into shoulder dips. Take your right shoulder in towards the middle of your mat. Yeah, no abdominal work this time. Let's get a twist. Come back to center. Dip your left shoulder in. You have 4 more rounds of breath. You want to keep that going a little slower, a little faster. If you want to take something else, go for it. You got 4 rounds of breath. Live it up, yep. Finish out 1 more full round of breath, wherever you are. And then inhale, star pose. Reach up through center. Exhale, low lunge to the front of your mat. Step your right foot back. 3-legged dog. Lift your left leg high. Bend your legs, stack your hips. Flip that dog. Squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your glutes up. And then lift your hips. Open up your chest. Can you press through your right hand? Same thing as when you're trying to extend through your hip in your standing L. Drive it down to lift. Take a breath. Exhale, hands down and flow. Flow if you want it. Skip if you want it. Down, down. All right, take your right leg high, breathe in. Exhale, knee to your nose. Again, inhale high. Exhale, low lunge. This time just step it through. Warrior 2, right into it. Inhale, reach up. All right, so with all this stuff that we're doing, we have a fun pose to get to. Bird o' Paradise. Before we get to Bird of Paradise, I want you to get a little open through your inner thigh. So take a breath in, reach your right hand forward, begin to extend through your side body. Keep driving your left foot back into the ground, and then extended side angle. Reach your left hand up. Right arm touches your right leg inside, and then press it into the inside so you can rotate your chest up. Now, you can go ahead and half bind or full bind. So for half bind, turn your left palm towards the back of your mat, and then bring your palm to the back of your low back, palm facing out. That's your half bind. If you want a full bind, take your right hand underneath you. Try to grab for that hand. Now, when you try to grab for it, you have to dip way low down. Abort. I want you to grab for your shorts, grab for your pants, grab for your leg. Just hold your leg there and press. Again, your hands don't have to touch. That's not the goal. The goal is to wrap your left shoulder back and open up your chest. Whatever that space that you're offered there, I want you to own that space, even if it's limited. 1 more full breath. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in your front leg, reach your right hand up. All right, a little bit deeper into the calf stretch. Take a breath in, look to your left foot. On your exhale, Skandasana. So flex your right toes, lift your foot off the ground. Heel stays down, and then Skandasana to the back of your mat. I'm taking mine real slow. You got a lot of inner thigh tightness. So if you want to take it a little bit faster, take it faster. Challenge yourself to keep your back heel on the ground and your chest lifted. See what that changes. Can you pull your right hip towards the back of your space so that you get that full stretch on your leg, like you're creating this suspension bridge of your leg between the point of your heel and the point of your hip. 1 more full breath. All right, inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, low lunge, back to the top. Side plank, left hand down. Reach your right hand up, maybe stack or lift your right foot, building onto what we already started. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands down and flow. Inhale up. Exhale down. Full breath. Left leg high, breathe in. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, back to high. Exhale, low lunge. Warrior 2. Inhale out. Find your stance. Get strong through it again. Same thing. Maybe flip your hands. Find where you can start to squeeze your arms together to open up your chest. Then start to extend your arms forward. You can keep your palm facing up. That's okay. But keep pressing through your right foot. When you can't get any longer, lower your left arm down. Reach your right arm up. Into your extended side angle. Option to stay. Option to half bind. Right hand behind your back. Maybe left hand underneath. Maybe it grabs your foot, your hand. Maybe it grabs your clothes. Maybe you just wrap your hand under your leg just for a little bit of support And then press your elbow into your leg to rotate your right shoulder and chest up. Full breath. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Look to your back foot. Take one more inhale. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. You can turn your right toes out towards the back right corner if that helps. As long as your knee points the same direction as your toes, that's cush. Start to press your hips back. Drive your right shin forward. Pull your left hip to the back. Again, create a little bit of suspension between your heel and your hip. Let your left leg get a little laxed. Rather than keeping a bend, find that straightness and lift your chest. One more full round of breath. All right, inhale, look forward. Exhale, low lunge. Right hand stays down, side plank. Left hand reaches up, left foot maybe lifts. You decide. Inhale. Exhale, flow. All right, child's pose. Just for a rest. If you're feeling some low back tightness, take your knees together. Try that. Breathe so deeply that your kidney band, just above your hip bones, stretches out. Expand it with air and space. All right. Last flow, and then we'll stretch it out, y'all. When you're ready, tabletop to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high, inhale. And exhale, low lunge, step to your hands. Warrior 2. Last time we're here. From your warrior 2, breathe in, reach your right hand forward. And exhale, extended side angle. All right, any variation that we've taken so far, feel free to stay. Otherwise, we're taking it to bird of paradise. For your bird of paradise, once you've gotten your bind, I want you to step your left foot forward. So all of your weight's going to be in your right foot for a moment. Step your left foot forward, and then come up onto your right tiptoes. Now can you start to still pull your right knee up? Keep a little bit of pressure on your elbow, and begin to straighten your left leg. Pull your right knee up with you. Slow and controlled. You want to stay here with your leg bent, feel free. Option here to begin to kick your right heel straight out like that half happy baby we started with. Right heel kicks up. Can you lift your chest? 3 breaths. Release, rebend your leg. Step your right foot back into its footprint. Step your left foot back. Release your bind. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. Maybe make it a little more smooth. Full breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Side plank, left hand down. Maybe take it to a wild thing. Maybe take it into a side plank dancer. You choose your journey. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down and flow. Clean the slate. If you're like, why so many chaturangas? They're good for you. To a point. But again, you're listening to your body here. If your body's screaming no more, let them go. It's all right. Left leg high. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Warrior 2. Open up. Same thing here. Press to your right foot. Inhale, extend your left arm forward. Get long, stretch out. Exhale, extended side angle. Here's where you decide to stay or decide to start tacking on more. Find your bind, half bind, full bind. Shift your weight into your left foot. Step your right foot forward. Toes will still face out towards the right. Come onto your left tiptoes. Put your weight into your right foot first. Then lift your foot off the ground. You've already got your weight there. Then you can start to straighten. Your leg knows where it's got to go. Allow yourself to lift. Option to stay or kick your left heel straight up forward. 3 more rounds of breath. You've got this. Rebend your legs. Step your left foot to the mat. Right foot to the back of your mat into your warrior 2 legs. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. Breathe in and look forward. Exhale, low lunge. Step it back to high plank. Breathe in. Rather, three-legged dog. Do we stack and flip? Yes, we did. I believe we did. Stack and flip your dog. Wild thing. Side plank, if that's what you want. Breathe in. And exhale, hands down and flow. All right. All right, lower down to your knees. Take a quick fire toe pose. So, tuck all 10 toes underneath. And you may have to really extend the invite to your pinky toe because sometimes it doesn't want to join. Then lower your sit bones down towards your heels and then walk your hands up so you come to sit on your toes. Now again, this is where I was talking about. If this is too close-legged for your knees, if this feels horrendous in your knees, bring a blanket underneath your sit bones. So you can place it on top of your ankles and then your hips are lifted up a little higher, less increase. Should feel a little bit better. Focus on stretching out the plantar part of your foot, so the sole and the arch. Two more breaths. Shift forward, hands and knees, lift your feet off the ground, and then pitter-patter your feet. Bring some fresh blood back to it. And then come to stand on your knees. Take it right into camel's pose. I recommend a block if you have it, but again, not necessary. Just stack your knees on top of, underneath your hips. Hands to your low back. Squeeze your shoulders together. Ooh, that flow got me. I hope it got y'all too. Shoulders together. Press your hips forward. Walk your gaze up the ceiling. Now, what it really helps this pose to get that extension is to press the tops of your feet down. Keep squeezing your thighs together. But again, press the tops of your feet down. You're jutting your front of your hips forward. Same opening that you would get through like a wheel pose or through your bridge. But also getting this roundness through your upper back. Two more breaths. Inhale back to center. Lower your sit bones back to your heels. This time toes and feet are flat. Hands on your thighs. Find gratitude for your practice, for your body, for yourself, for the obstacles and for the things that are easy as well. All of it's necessary. You're ready to move. Swing your legs out to the side. Come to a seat. Take your legs out wide. Ooh, we're not done with the inner thighs yet. All right. Taking that same invisible box moving. So take a breath in. Bring your hands to your chest. On your exhale, press this invisible box forward. Stay here with your torso. Take an inhale. Bring your hands back to your chest. Exhale. Press that box forward. Maybe extend a little further forward. Again, inhale, hands to chest. Exhale, press it forward. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, press it forward, and then hands to the ground, maybe fold forward. Oh, yes. And thank you, JJ, for that vision. 3 more breaths. Inhale up through to seated. Your legs out long and straight in front of you. Figure 4 your right ankle over your left knee. So you got your figure 4 shape. Reach both hands up to the center. Inhale. Then exhale, fold over your figure 4 legs. So like getting your pigeon and forward fold in 1. Keep driving your left heel forward. Press the calf of your left leg down. Same thing with your right knee. Press your right knee down. Find this outward rotation of your right hip. All the while breathing calmly. Inhale up through to seated. Cross your right foot outside of your left knee. And then take your left hand behind you. Breathe in, reach your right hand up. And exhale, twist towards the left. Press your right elbow into your knee to rotate. With the other side as well. For a moment, find this rotation of your torso away from your thigh. Inhale back to center and switch out. Take your right hand behind you. Lift your left hand up. Exhale, twist towards the right. Ooh, one side may feel really familiar. One side may feel way off. Can you apply the same quality of breathing to either side? All right, we're going to release your hip flexor on your right leg. So before you go anywhere else, shift your weight into your left hip. Swing your right foot behind you. So the top of your right foot's on the ground. Just here for a moment. You're going to scoot your right hip, right next to your right heel. So it's nice and snug. Knee in line with your hip. Keep your left leg out straight in front of you. Take a breath in. And then in your exhale, press and lift your hips off the ground. So now you're on top of your right shin. Point your left toes down. And then drive through your right shin to lift your right hip up higher. Ooh, yes. 4 rounds of breath. Last 2. Keep pressing out to the top of your right foot. Last 1. And then lower down. Ooh, we'll take both legs out straight in front of you. Give them a shake. And then wiggle left and right. Yeah, buddy. All right. Other side. Figure 4 left ankle over your right knee. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Now this one, if you feel like you aren't able to press your left knee as much as away from you as you could earlier with the strength of your leg, use your own left hand. Right hand will stay on your right foot or leg, and then press your left leg down. Find your softest, deepest, and most controlled breathing. And you congratulate yourself mentally on how good of a breather you are. Apply these sense of gratitude to the tiny aspects of your practice, and then let those senses of gratitude grow from that. You're such a good breather. I can hear it. Inhale up through the center. Take your left foot outside of your right knee. Take your right hand behind you. Breathe in. Lift your left hand up. Exhale, twist towards the right. And you're twisting your torso away from your thigh, and you're pressing your left elbow into your knee to get a little bit deeper. Use it as a catalyst, a little helper. Inhale back to center. Left hand behind you. Reach your right hand up. Exhale, twist to the left. Ooh, a little different. Unravel through the center, and shift your weight into your right hip. Swing your left leg to your left hip. Top of your left foot, and then scoot your left hip toward your left heel. And if it doesn't get close, that's okay. Depends on what you've done or haven't done, injuries, all that good stuff. Take a breath in. Exhale, press onto your left shin. Point your right toes down, lift your hips. To intensify, drive your shin down, drive the top of your left foot down. Breathe into the front of your leg. Two more breaths. Lower your hips down. Your left leg out in front of you. One more time. Give them a shake. Wiggle left and right. Hands out in front of you. Breathe in. And your exhale lower all the way down into your back. All right, we're finishing out with Happy Baby. If you need something else, I want you to take it. Otherwise, make your Happy Baby. For me, I'm keeping my heels to my glutes. I'm feeling that today. If you want to reach through your legs, take your heels up, go for it. If you want to take one or half Happy Baby and then other Happy Baby, make that yours. You got 5 rounds of breath, so do it how you do it. Before you move, find gratitude for this shape. Gratitude for yourself in this shape. I make this shape so well. And pull your knees back into your chest. Hug them in. Take a big breath in. Round yourself into a tiny ball, as compact as you can make yourself. Take a breath. And exhale, Shavasana. Extend your legs on your mat. Extend your arms beside your hips. Maybe onto your body. One on your chest, one on your stomach. Find absolute stillness. A supportive shape so that you don't have to hold on. Shavasana. Stay as long as you like. There's no obligations to move. If you're ready to move, before you do, cultivate that sense of gratitude for what happens next, for the bed that you may get to go lay in, the electricity you have on, for the water you have clean and running. Gratitude for something. Use that as a seed and let that seed grow into more gratitude for bigger things, more important things, all things. Start making your movements tiny. Put your hands above your head, wiggle your wrists, wiggle your fingers, put your chin left and right. And hug your knees into your chest. Time, give them a squeeze, and then roll to your left or right for a fetal pose. Your belly just lay out and let your head rest on your bicep as if it's a pillow. Gently press to a seat. Cross-legged, somewhere comfortable at the top of your mat, hands at your heart. Acknowledging the light, the love, student and the teacher that's in each of us. Bow and share the words. Namaste. That was a sweating one. Hope y'all dug that so much. See, some of y'all are still here. Great to see that. So again, thank you all so much for joining. Again, our donations still are going live, so if you can, please do. blackswanyoga.com/live. Super appreciated is keeping us afloat. If you're just here to practice, totally okay. Glad to have you here. Reach out to us though. Let us know. This class specifically happened because of requests that I got. So if you have a request, any of the teachers I'm sure would be just as happy to get them as well. You know, sometimes we may not be able to incorporate them in, but we will try. So please reach out to us. My Instagram handle's on here at JaredPose. Thank y'all so much for showing up. Hope y'all all have a great night. Namaste.